The dominance in the Women's Super League continues for Chelsea. It's been an incredible season. Chelsea have been crowned the 2024-2025 WSL champions for the 6th successive title, the 8th in total. Izzy, it has been so well deserved for Sonia Bonpastor to come in into her first season as well, to do what she has done. Chelsea, the way that they've played all season, this is so well deserved. And Chelsea, of course, taking the crown at Manchester United.
Yeah, it's what dreams are made of for Sonia Bonpastor, her staff and her new players, and of course the existing players that have done this before. They know what it feels like. They don't care where they do it or how they do it, as long as they do it. And let's be honest, Manchester United were the better team this afternoon, or this evening, sorry. But that goal and that mentality from Lucy Bronze and the team getting over the line, I think is credit to the foundations that this team have built, and rightly so. They've done it with 2 games to go.
Got to say as well, Sonia Bonpastor, it's been a seamless entry for her as a manager of Chelsea. Of course, the legacy that Emma Hayes had left, but for Sonia Bonpastor to come into this team, to be able to already have now lifted, this is going to be her 2nd trophy already. They're looking for the domestic treble, as you mentioned, Izzy. It's been a brilliant season for her and for the players that she's brought in too.
Yeah, it's I'm sure what she would have dreamed of when she came over to this massive football club that's dominated the WSL. It's a big task, it's a big weight to carry on your shoulders. But to already have 2 trophies under your belt, this is what you remember as a player. You don't remember the games, you remember the feelings and the trophies and the medals that you've won. And this game, I'm sure these players won't remember this game. I'm sure Lucy Bronze will for that header. But my word, what a job Sonia Bonpastor has done. Big players out with injury throughout the season. You know, that depth, that support, those resources, and they found their way to win it again.
Well, huge congratulations to Chelsea, champions once again. I'm sure those celebrations will be going on for a good few weeks as well for those last couple of games in the WSL too. You can see the celebrations on the pitch as well here at Leeds Sports Village. But what a brilliant season it has been for Chelsea. The full-time score here at Leeds Sports Village, Manchester United 0, Chelsea 1. They've got the job done. Chelsea champions.
Pin, Izzy, for the moment, thank you. Jen, Courtney, watching Sonia Bonpastor lay down that flag there. I mean, that's almost the perfection of her team this season, isn't it? Just making sure it's all there. Business-like is right.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, I've been guilty of it probably myself over the season as well, in terms of probably not giving Chelsea the props that they deserve and the players and Bonpastor, because the incredibly high standards that they've set for themselves. It's almost an expectation now that they go and win the league, they go and win the trophies. But fair credit to them, the way that they're having to battle. And I said, sort of at half-time in this game, I said, this has got 1-0 Chelsea written all over it, because Manchester United, they've had all the possession, they've not executed, and I said if they don't score Manchester United within the next 10-15 minutes, Chelsea will find a way, because they always do, and they very much deserve this moment.
Now there's the relief, there's the sign. She allows herself a little smile as well in the background, does the gaffer. Jen, just seeing that, Courtney's right. That's the Chelsea way we've just seen.
Yeah, and look, I think dominated, that word has been used multiple times tonight, and they have. They've dominated 6 consecutive WSLs is unbelievable, and it's credit to the players, it's credit to the staff, it's credit to Bonpastor coming in this season and doing it in her first season. But I say all the time, the best teams win when they don't necessarily play the best, and that was tonight. And look, even with injuries, they've replaced, they've invested. Naomi Girma, Kira Walsh, Lucy Bronze especially, shall we say. Popping up with a header, perfect timing, what a header it was, leaped above everyone. And it's players like that you need to rely on in big moments, and they brought it, and it's unbelievable. I think that the players really need to give themselves a pat on the back and more than that, shall we say. It's an incredible scene to just be so dominating in English women's football.
So right about that quality. They bring Lucy Bronze in. Lucy Bronze gets the header to drag them over the line. That can be the difference that they were able to. Like Sir Paul Green, he brings in and follows up. Yes, they earmark Sonia Bonpastor, but yes, they give her those tools to make it happen again.
Yeah, they just get better and better, and that's the market of these sort of dynasty-like teams where they're not set and they're not happy on going, we're going to win the league or win the treble. They want to add, they want to invest. They've made no bones about it. They want to go and win the Champions League. Yes, they've fallen short of that aim this season, but they will go again. Believe you me, they will reinvest in this squad again and again and again until they get there. And as you say, for Sonia Bonpastor, yes, you can have all the players in the world, but you've still got to go, you've still got to execute, you've still got to create those relationships, and creating the relationship with the fans as well, having that moment is wonderful for her.
Yeah, a little point to the fans and a point to the badge from Sonia Bonpastor as well. We talk so often about coming in and little changes that you have to make. We saw it with Onslaught, with Liverpool adjusting. For her to do that as well, when the season is so short and you don't have that long to put your philosophy in place, and yet from the start, this Chelsea team were on it.
The start, we talk all the time about how competitive the season is and how the league is and how the teams will get better, and we classes it as one of the best leagues in the world, and we really believe that. But Chelsea not just have dominated over the years, they were flying come the start of the season, and you look at Arsenal in the Champions League final, but struggled at the start, and that killed it for them in terms of the season.
They win those first 9 games, and
exactly.
then that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, but Chelsea just were accelerating from the get-go, and it's credit to them that they've got it over the line with still games left to be played.
And that won't be the end of it, by the way. They want to go unbeaten. That's the next one they want to do. They'll want that unbeaten season to really put the cherry on the top.
Yeah, to be the first to do that in the WSL era. And again, seeing Aggie Beaver-Jones there being hoisted up, you look at the quality that they have to come off the bench as well, which again they've needed tonight. Ramirez picking up that injury, the ability to change things up tactically as well.
Yeah, but that's the mark of a good team. They find a way. You've got players now within this squad that are either celebrating their first WSL title or their first WSL title with Chelsea, so it's all special moments. But Janet the nail on the head earlier in terms of they find a way to win, even when they're not playing their best, and that is such an incredible talent, but not just the talent, it's the willingness, the drive, and also the confidence and the experience of having those moments and knowing that you can come out the other side of it.
It really is. Looking at these scenes, right, and seeing the quality there, but even still knowing Sam Kerr's injured, Lauren James is injured, knowing that the depth that they have, they'll go for the quadruple next year for sure.
So much reaction to come to this win for Chelsea. 6 in a row, which in itself, sometimes we say things are inevitable, but to keep grinding out those results, to rely on the likes of Erin Cuthbert, who's dragged them through so many times this season, Millie Bright, their captain, again, and tonight the vital goal coming from Lucy Bronze.